Now we're going to go through lesson 16, while loops in farmer. Okay, so the first we have a challenge. It says, hi, I'm a farmer, I need your help to flatten the field. Okay, so move the pile of dirt, use the remove block. So at the end of this part there's a pile, we need to remove this using this remove block. Okay, so let's go to that pile. So this one means we can only use this move forward one time, so we need to use some kind of repeat to reach here, right? So let's count how many blocks we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we want to do this move forward 4 times, and then when we are here we want to just remove. Cool. So let's run. Cool. Let's go to the next one. So now we have a hole. Okay, fill it with 6. Okay, so we'll follow dirt, use the fill block. Okay, all right, so we need to go here, we need to just move forward once, and then we can use repeat, and there is a number, so that means there's 6 holes, right? So 6, that means you need like 6 shovelful of dirt, okay, to fill it. It's not 6 hole, but you need 6 shovelful of this fill 6 times. Cool. So let's run. Awesome. Continue. Okay, so similar, we need to remove the dirt. So how many, tell me how many shovelful. Okay, so there's a 10 already there, so we have a number, so we just move forward, we repeat it 10 times, because this remove block means only 1 time, so it says remove 1, so we need to do 1 10 times. Cool. Where the dirt is going, I don't know. But she's removing them. Cool. So now we have a video, it's explaining while. So while is another way to do a repeat thing. So let's explore this. Watch this video, but I'll just press continue and we'll learn by doing it. Okay, cool. So there's some code, we need to predict it. Okay, so let's read the code first. So when you press this one, run, she's gonna come forward here, and then it says while there is a pile, remove. That means as long as you can see a pile, remove. You don't need to know how many shovelful of dirt there is. As long as you see a pile, just remove it, right? So that's what this while means. Like, you don't need to do a specific number, you can just say while this is true, do this. So while you see a pile, remove it. It's not saying like remove this 4 times, so you don't need to know a number. Cool. So let's read the options. It says while nothing will happen. That's not true. The farmer will never stop removing dirt. That's not true, because okay, the farmer will remove dirt as long as there is a pile, then stop when the pile is gone. I think this one is true. Remove dirt only once. That's also not true. Okay, so let's just see and see what happened. Okay, see, remove pile 6 times, and then like as long as there was a pile, and then stopped. Cool. All right, so now is our challenge. So it's a similar problem. Let's program this. So we need to move forward, but now we don't know how many shovel full of dirt is there, right? So we need to remove it, but luckily we have a code block that actually does this, like give this farmer kind of a knowledge that she can figure out as long as there is a dirt, right? So while there is a pile, do. So what do we want to do? We want to remove. Cool. So let's run. So in this case, we don't need to know how many shovelful, and that's where while comes in. So let's see, sneak peek the code a bit. So while this is JavaScript, again JavaScript code, so you write while like this, is saying while, and within this bracket there's a go like a boolean, true or false. We'll learn about this boolean or different data types like integer and string later on in a different course. But this while takes a boolean, and that means while whatever you put here is true, execute this code, otherwise don't do anything. Cool. Alright, so help me remove all of this dirt. Okay, so here, like in one pile, we don't know how many. In one pile, we know 5, but we don't actually need to know how many shovel full of dirt is there, right? So we have a block that does it, that does remove the dirt without knowing. So we know we need to do some kind of repeat because we want to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go through 5 blocks. So repeat 5 times, and each step we want to go move forward. And then when we are on the block that has dirt, we check, right? So what do we check? We check while there is a pile, we keep removing stuff, and when there is nothing, we just don't do anything. So yeah, let's press run and then see. So the power of while is regardless how many shovels full of dirt you have, it will just remove everything. Same goes with whatever you ask it for. Like you don't need to give it a specific count. It will just do that work until the condition is met. Cool. So now we have another challenge, but that's with while there is a hole, right? So pause this video, see if you can find a pattern here, and then if you find it, or like spend some times and then unpause it. Okay, unpause now. So let's try to find a pattern, right? So I'll draw it. Okay, line. So, see this thing, we're doing this over and over again, right? So from here it will be the same and the same here, and then yeah, and so on and so forth. Okay, I'll just delete this. So we program for this, and then we'll solve all of them, and then we have 3 times. Cool. So let's do it. So we need to move forward, and then while there is a hole, we'll fill it. So now we are at this point. So from this point we are facing this, but we need to face this way to come to this block. So we turn right. Okay, and then we move forward. So we are on this block, and then this block we do the same thing, right? So we check, well, there is a hole, we'll fill. So now after filling this, we'll be facing this way, but we want to face this way, so we turn left. So we turn left. So we are here now. So from this point, we'll just do whatever we did here, right? So we move forward, fill the hole, turn right, move forward, fill the hole, turn left. So another one is done, and then we do same thing. We do move forward. If there is a as long as there is a there is a hole, we will fill it. We turn right, we go move forward and do the same thing. So we can actually wrap this into a repeat block, and then we say do all of them 3 times. If we do that, we'll solve the problem. Okay, let's run this. So we are running it for a 2nd time. Cool. Now we're gonna run it for a 3rd time. Awesome. Cool. Continue. All right, so they gave a hint. They said you need to use while path ahead. Okay, so let's see why we need to. We need to do it because see, there is a pattern, right? So there is a hole at the end of each path, and the number of block we need to cross, the number of step we need to make are different for each path. So there is a block, it's called while path ahead. Do this. So while path ahead, what do we need to do? We need to move forward, right? So that means when you go end of this, what we're gonna do when we go end of this, we fill. So there's no while, because all of them has like one shovel full of hole, right? So we'll just use fill one, and we don't have other blocks, so we'll stick with this. And when we are here, we need to turn left to face. So we'll be facing this way, but we're gonna face this way to go at the end of this path. So we'll turn left, and then if we see this, we're just gonna do the same thing when we are facing this, right? So we go forward while there's a path, we'll fill this, and we'll also turn left. Same happen when we are here. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 times we need to kind of go over the same code. So what can we do is we can repeat this 4 times, and that will solve this puzzle. Okay, let's run this. So every time this is doing this, checking, like it's going to every step and then checking if there is anything. If there's nothing, it just stop it, goes to the next line and execute it. So this while thing is pretty powerful, and it's dangerous as well. So if you don't program it correctly, this is gonna create an infinite loop, and then your program will get stuck forever. So you need to be really careful when you use a while loop. Okay, so another problem, but it's kind of similar as well. So while path ahead, because the pattern is we have a hole at the end of each path, and the steps we need to take are different. Okay, so let's count how many. Let's solve for 1, and then we'll count how many paths we have. So what do we need to go? We need to move forward. So while path ahead, we go move forward, and when we are at the end of the path, we fill, right? So now we have different. So this is a question. We don't know how many shovel full of dirt we need for this. So we need to definitely use this while there is a hole. Fill, and this one has a number, but doesn't matter. Like if you use this, we don't need to say exactly how many times you need to put the dirt, right? So we'll fill it, and after filling, we need to turn right, because we'll be facing this way. We want to come to this path, so let's turn right. So this will solve for 1 path, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paths, right? So we'll just repeat this 6 times. So every step is just checking this thing. The while is lighting up, and then when the end, it just did this. Okay, challenge complete. Awesome. We'll continue. Okay, it's a similar one. Pause it, try to do it by yourself, and you can pause it, and then now you can watch. Okay, cool. So same thing, we move forward while path ahead. We'll just move forward, and we don't have the other block because it's just one remove that we need. So at the end we remove 1, and then we're facing this, we need to face this, so we turn left, and we have 3 paths, so I'll just wrap it into 3. Cool. Let's run this. So it has the same pattern, right? Like all the pile was at the end of the road, and then the steps were different. Okay, so flatten the same, but now we need to find the pattern, right? So yeah, again, pause it, try to find the pattern, and unpause it when you found it. Cool. So let's see. So at the end of the path we have 1, but at this path we don't have this. So this one, this one, this one is common. This one, this one, this one is common, right? So the pattern is this. Like if you solve for this, and then this will be solved using the repeat, right? Because they are identical. So if you solve for this one, we'll just run this 3 times. Cool. Let's do it. So while path ahead, we move forward, and then while there's a pile, because the numbers are different, so while there's a pile, we'll remove it, and then we turn left. Because we are facing this way, we need to face this, so we'll turn left, and then we go at the end of this path. So while path ahead, we move forward, and there's nothing here, we know this, so we don't need to put this while there is a pile. Remove it, and from this point we need to turn right, because we are facing this, we need to face this, so there's turn right. And with this code, this farmer will be looking at this way. So if we run the same code again, it will be here, and then if we run the same code again, it should be here. Okay, cool. So 3 times. Repeat 3 times. Run. Awesome, well done. Continue the last one. Okay, that's the prediction. Okay, so take a look. Let's read the code. Okay, so when run, repeat 3 times. So this is gonna happen 3 times, and let's go one by one. So while path ahead, move forward, so she will go here. Okay, while there is a hole, fill it. So we'll fill this one, and then she will turn right, so it'll be facing this way. Okay, so 1 time is done. So 1 time is done. So we go the next time. Since she's facing this way, so she'll move forward. Okay, here, do the path. Okay, if there's a hole, the fill. So there's nothing, it's not saying anything about a pile, so she won't do anything with this pile, and then you'll turn right facing this way. So the second time is done, right? So it's 3rd time, so facing this way, so we'll move here. Okay, and then is there a hole, so she's gonna fill this and then turn right facing this way. That's fine. So okay, so now read the options. So nothing, the code will leave only level ground, the code will leave only, okay, this code, okay, I can't scroll, the code will leave the pile completely untouched. Okay, because yeah, I think that's right. It's doing something, right? So that's not right. The code will leave the hole completely untouched. That's not right. It's filling the holes. it's not right as well. Now to cross this, I can scroll, and this code will leave the last hole untouched. That's not true. It fill the hole as well. So I think the pile one, because there's nothing here saying fill the pile or anything, so it'll leave the pile completely untouched. Cool. Just run and see. So we didn't do anything, right? Left it untouched and just filling the hole. Okay, correct. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's the end of this lesson. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.